Hello all, just as a little warning before the video starts, this game has a lot of flashing lights, so yeah. You may or may not know this about myself, but I'm somewhat a fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. By somewhat, I mean that I stopped caring about this series as a whole after Help Wanted, which is the VR game. And when they, in my opinion, arguably went to a shit. But we're not talking about the main series. If you don't get what I mean, well, there's a spin-off game that is the topic of this video. That being FNaF World. Yes, the Pokemon RPG spin-off game that exists for some reason. Now, I'm not saying any of this from any disdain. I ironically love this game. But I haven't played it in years. It's just been sitting on my hard drive, so I came up with a video idea for it. You see, there's two moves in the game that pique my interest, that being Prize Ball, and its creatively named upgraded version, Prize Ball 2. A move that randomly chooses from a selection of different moves. Think of it as like a metronome from Pokemon. Those moves being Cupcake, Munchies, Water Hose, Birthday, Hot Cheese, Jump Scare, and Poppers for Prize Ball, and Balloons, Toxic Balloon, Rainy Day 2, Gloom Balloon, Unscrew 2, Slightly Faster, Poppers, Pizza Wheel 2, and Water Hose 2, and also Freddles for Prize Ball 2. It got me thinking, can I beat the game with only using these moves? Why did I think that this is a good idea to beat a game with a heavily RNG-based move? I don't know. Probably the same reason why I think I'd be able to get the Headless Horseman's reigns this year. This joke aged poorly since writing, because I got them out. Each character in the game has 3 moves, but we need a team of characters that all have either one of the Prize Ball moves. The list of characters that can use these moves are Toy Bonnie and Mangle for Prize Ball, and Withered Chica, Marionette, Paper Pals, and Night Marion for Prize Ball 2. Problem is that that's only 6 characters and we're forced to use 8 since the game uses 2 teams of 4. However, there is a mod that makes it possible to do this, so we'll be playing a modded version. I swear to you all, I'll only use a feature of custom amount of party members, it removing the flip side parts of the game just to make it more convenient and just to show enemies' health. Also, if I do accidentally click a move that is not Prize Ball, I must instantly close the game. But that only happened once. So when you start a new game, you'll automatically be given 8 characters, that being Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Mangle. Thankfully, we're able to use Toy Bonnie and Mangle from the get-go. We're also going to play this challenge on hard mode since that's the only way to fight Scott, who's the endgame boss. Which, once we beat, will be the end of the challenge. The first thing we should do is get Pearl. The first thing we should do is get our other 4 members. Have you never seen FNaF World? The way you get new members is from beating the absolute shit out of them into submission. Basically, after every fight, there's a chance for a challenger to appear afterwards just as a random character. That's how we get Withered Chica, Marionette, and Paper Pals. However, Night Marion is different, and actually the only one we can guarantee to get without RNG. You see, FNaF World got a 2.0 update known as the Halloween update, which added 8 new characters and a new area. What's the difference with these characters, besides being extremely overpowered, slasher fourth wall, is that you unlock them by playing minigames in the new area. And that's how we get Night Marion, specifically through the Foxy.exe minigame. We just simply complete it and we get the Tangrowth finger looking ass bitch. Now our next goal is to get the rest of them, but like I said, we can't guarantee them. But with the feature of chips, little passive upgrades you can get, we can increase our odds of getting challengers with the chip find characters, which just makes it more likely to find characters. We may or may not need it if we find all 3 before getting the chip, but if we do, the extra experience would be nice. During that time, I got severely lost since, again, I haven't played the game in fucking years. I accidentally got auto gift boxes chip, so that's really convenient. If you didn't know, the move gift boxes makes it so your party members can come back to life once after dying. The chip just makes it so the move is automatically applied once at the very start of every combat. It'll be incredibly useful since we don't get that move from Prize Ball. After dying a lot while trying to get the Find Characters chip, I also accidentally found the entrance to Pinwheel Circus. Like I said, I'm very fucking lost. After somehow being the Mad Endo guarding the chip by just face planting into a wall and hoping I would eventually kill it. Our next roadblock is the Menace Brow Boy, and I see why he's named that. But if you already know about this almost 9 years old game, you may or may not be wondering why I'm so desperately trying to get behind this monobrowed fuck. And that's because I'm a goddamn idiot. Every area has its own characters that can be found. In Pinwheel Funhouse, the area after Brow Boy has every character. Using my brain for once, I realized that would actually be worse. That would actually just pollute the pool of characters I could get with unneeded ones, and making it harder to find the actual ones I'd want. So instead, I go to the dusting fields to find our next character with her Chica. And after only 5 minutes, we got her. Next is the Marionette who we can get in Lily Gear Lake, which only took 22 minutes. Jesus. But finally, our last members is the Paper Pals, which can be found in the Mysterious Mine, which we got after a goddamn hour. What the fuck? Now that we have our team, the next goal is chips. Ideally, we want to have Auto Mimic, which will cast your move once more, Auto Shield, which reduces damage taken, and even bigger, protects us against the enemy move Alarm, which the last 2 bosses have. The last chip we can choose is either Freddle Fury or Pizza Fury. Considering I like Freddles more because they're just silly little guys, we're gonna go for that one. We take a nice Jesus walk over the lake to get the Auto Shield chip, no-clip our way to Auto Mimic, and after being the Mad Endo like we wanted his lunch money, we got our last chip. During this time, I've also made the sad realization that Mimic Ball is actually bugged, meaning it will not cast the same move twice, even if it is fucking Prize Ball. So guess we're getting Pizza Fury after all, which we get after being up another Mad Endo. Our next goal is Bites. The little guy is flown up next to our team. We're going to need the last one of the boss drain ones ideally, but they cost a shitload of money. So what we can do is farm it. You see, there's a secret boss in the game called Gold Endo. This boss spawns in the Pinwheel Funhouse randomly, but once he's beating, you get 1,000 coins on hard mode. And we just gotta find and beat his ass about 11 times to be able to afford both the Bite and the last defense upgrade. But first we have to beat Brow Bitch, who is pretty easy now, and also Bubba, who is a little difficult, but still beatable. Then I beat the shit out of Pork Patch and stole his key, and now it's time for the boss rush to unlock the gates leading up to security. Oh, would you look at that? We're fighting him now. And, he killed us. And he only got down to half health. So I have good and bad news about this. The good news is that beating both security and Scott should be possible since we can get Unscrew 2 with Prize Ball 2, which can insta-kill enemies including bosses. However, and this is the bad news, Unscrew 2 specifically has a 50% chance to instantly kill an enemy, but these chances get worse against bosses like Scott, and that chance gets worse. Specifically, the chance goes to a 0.0005% chance. And also keep in mind the fact we would have to get Unscrew 2 via Prize Ball 2, which has a pool of 7 other moves to choose from. Now I, unfortunately, value my sanity somewhat, and this is coming from the same person who grinded all the anniversary transmogs within the first 3 weeks. Sure, I could just sit there hours on end trying to get lucky, but considering the fact I used up all my luck on getting the fucking Glacial Tide Storm in only 4 attempts, I doubt I'll be able to do what essentially rarer than a fucking shiny Pokemon before the Generation 6 buff to shiny odds. I think I would have a better chance seeing 3 shiny starters in like Heart Gold and Soul Silver than killing Scott. I mean, mathematically, sure, it is possible, but not to pull out that card, but there's already people online who beat Scott in the whole game with insta-kills. And I don't doubt other people have made this video. It was a silly little thing I wanted to do, but I do have limits on how much time I want to spend on something that's relatively small in my life that, again, people have done before. So, what's the point of this video then? I don't know. I had fun making it and the such. Guess that's all that matters in the long run. Huh.